everyone, welcome to Lipstick on a Rig. Today we're going to be making this super easy and comfortable beanie. For this project, I'm going to be using roughly 1 skein of size 4 medium weight acrylic yarn, and I'm just using the Big Twist Value brand. And I'll also be using a size F or 5 crochet hook. To get started, attach the yarn to your crochet hook and chain 64. And if you're unfamiliar with any of the stitches used in this pattern, please check the links in the description because I'll have my stitch tutorials listed there. And once you have your 64 chains in place, what you're going to want to do is turn them over so that you can access these back bumps back here. So this is this little back loop in the very back. It is not the V portion of the stitch that's in the front. So go ahead and insert your crochet hook in this first back bump, which would be the chain directly beside your crochet hook. And you're just going to yarn over and pull through all the loops on your crochet hook for a slip stitch. And you're going to want to repeat that for each of the back bumps in this row. And when you get done, you should have a total of 64 slip stitches. And when you get to the end of your row, you're just going to want to chain 1 and turn your work. So from here, what you're going to want to do is just place 1 slip stitch in the back loop only of each stitch in your row. And you're going to want to do that for every loop in the row. You should have a total of 64 slip stitches when you get done with this row. And when you get to the end of your row, go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work again. And from here, you're just going to want to repeat that last row. So you're just going to place 1 slip stitch in the back loop only of each stitch in your row. Chain 1 and turn your work. And you're going to want to repeat that over and over and over again until this can fit snugly around your head. But if you're crocheting this for somebody else, then I always like to crochet it somewhere between 17 and 19 inches, depending on the size of the head of the person you're crocheting this for. I went ahead and crocheted this to about 18 inches, give or take. So now I'm going to show you how to finish off this beanie. The first thing that you want to do is fold your 2 edges together like this. So what we're going to do is we are going to crochet these 2 edges together. So in order to do that, make sure you've placed your last chain stitch at the end of your last row, and then insert your crochet hook up underneath the full slip stitch of your last stitch. And then you're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So this sort of corresponding stitch on the opposite edge, just like this. And once you have both stitches on your crochet hook, you're just going to want to yarn over and pull through all the loops on your crochet hook. And so now you're just going to want to repeat that for each stitch going up the side of your beanie. And once you've secured the 2 sides together, it should look something like this, kind of like a tube. So now go ahead and cut and tie off your yarn. And once you've tied off your tails, go ahead and cut a strand of yarn that is roughly 1 foot to 1.5 feet. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that strand of yarn to cinch this edge together. So make sure that you're working on the side with your tails, and all you're going to want to do is insert your crochet hook up underneath those tails, yarn over and just pull that through. So now hold that tail in place, and all you're going to want to do is just sort of weave this strand in and out through the loops on the brim here. Kind of like you're sewing it, and you're just going to want to make sure that you go all the way around the edge. And once you're done weaving around the edge, all you're going to want to do is grab both tails of that strand and just pull them nice and tight. And then you're just going to tie these 2 strands of yarn together. And once you're done, it should look something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and turn mine inside out. So from here, you can fold your brim up like this, or you can fold it inside. It just depends on the look that you like. But either way is fine. It'll still give you that extra added warmth. And I'm going to go ahead and add a poof ball to mine, and if you're interested, I'm going to have a link to my DIY poof ball maker in the description. Please let me know in the comments below if you experienced any issues while you were trying to crochet this, and I will do my best to help you out. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, Lipstick on a Rig. Thank you so much for crocheting with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day.